Well, hello, Tim Nelson, and I'm back out on trails again. I've been up that way, that's where I was waiting on the doe, and you've already seen me go up this one. But I'm going to go up there again. There's some other trails that cut a little more up the hill I didn't go on last time I was out here. So I'm going to go up there and see what they're like, and if I got enough of a little sunny spot to sit and rest without having to make a fire, I'll show you what I carry with me. But so I'm going to get the GoPro on and show you a little bit of the trail where I cut up the hill, and hopefully I can find a nice little sunny spot. So we'll see you in a bit. Hello. Well, it's not as sunny as I thought it would be, but this is pretty much the top of the hill. Get you over here and you can kind of see some of the view. Anyway, I'm about as high up as I can get for now. It's a trail, you can see it kind of, it's a little turnaround here. So this will have to be it. Might get a little fire going, warm my hands up a bit. I've got some electric gloves that I'm going to break out and put on for the way down. It's about 3 o'clock and starting to get a little chilly. So once I get things going here, I'll turn the camera back on and get a little fire going and show you what I bring up in the woods with me. Well, first of all, I got my fire makings. So here's a bag of some shavings from a chainsaw. I got a few pieces of fat wood in here. Then I keep a couple of these with me. They're eggshell, or egg cartons with chainsaw filings in them, a bunch of wax poured over them. So that's what I got my fire going with. And I got my pad here, so I've got something dry to sit on, which I'm going to do right now. Got my little bucko saw. That's kind of handy for getting some of this firewood I just cut up. So anyway, main compartment, got a little canteen. There's a knife, fork, spoon in here. I've got a little container of some Old Bay seasoning with some extra salt and pepper mixed in. And I've also got a little container with some dried onion and parsley flakes. Got this is extra scarf, go around my neck. And in here I've got an extra pair of gloves, balaclava for putting over my head, an extra heavier wool hat that I don't have on right now. In here I've got a bottle of water, and there's a little tin cup in the bottom. There's just a little extra food. I've got a few beef sticks, some tiger bars in there. There's a all-weather blanket. And got some of these little sanitary wet ones wipes. This is a training MRE. It's not like a regular one. I've got regular one in my box in there. And got some nitro gloves. And this is some electrolyte orange juice. What else I got down in here? Oh, some paper towels. In the front, I keep my little beanie hat. This is my registration paperwork for the ATV. Little notepad and a pen. Small first aid kit, just got the basics. My buck knife. And in here I've got some cordage. And there's got another little knife, spare lighter, little multi-tool, and another little knife. Got an awl and things on it. Just put away real quick. Also keep a little buck knife. I can get it out of here. It's kind of hung up on my coat a bit. Where is it hung up on? My sweatshirt, I guess. So, anyways, that's a little buck knife, little 110. And I've got a little pouch here. This has my compass, got extra little light, some more rope, carabiner. In here I've got little knife sharpener, got an extra spoon, little thing for grabbing that metal cup of mine, and spare 20 bucks. And little whistle, and then some rim wipes for my rifles and things. So these are just some of the basics that I carry. I plan on being out a little longer than what I usually do. I carry more stuff with me. My hunting pack's got a lot more tarps and things like that in it, a little heavier duty stuff, but this is just in case I break down and do have to spend a night out here, I can. This stuff put away. Get my saw put away. Might need that for some more wood. In the back of the ATV there, that tub I got, I've got a bag with a Army poncho and a poncho liner, and a pair of Army mittens with the finger in them, and a pair of wool liners for that. I've also got another wool scarf and an extra hoodie, extra pair of gloves, and an extra regular MRE, not the training type, but it's a full-fledged MRE. I've actually got about 4 cases of those at home. So that's about it. Might as well put this stuff away. I got my fire going, but I'm gonna have to add some more wood to it here pretty quick. I better go get some cut. Show you my little fire here. So not bad for damp ground and damp wood. Anyway, this my compartment. See the MRE there in the corner. Got my game bag, a couple other bags. There's a pair of gloves in case I need to use the winch, and I've got little kit there for toe strap and stuff. These are 2 waterproof bags. I've got the poncho and extra clothing in. Got a nice hunk of rope. These are my electric gloves. They don't sponsor me. I wish they would, but they don't, so I just, bought them. So that's kind of the extra stuff I keep in here. I went and had the ATV in the shop last week, getting all the maintenance done. I've got some extra gas with me. Went and bought these tires. They're pretty nice, a lot better than what came with it. And got a new winch put in. So overall pretty happy with it. See, it gets me around pretty good. Get my little beanie straight here. I used to do some painting, probably get back into it when I get a little older again, but for now I'm doing other things. So that's why it's U-Trek. Anyway, that's where I'm getting some of my wood at. These down trees here. And you can see here there's this fat wood. You cut it off close to the tree and there's a lot of sap in the ends of these branches. So helps keep the fire going good. You can see some more of it here. All that dark area and stuff, that's the sap runs back down in a tree in wintertime. But you see there's a lot of wood all around here, but it's pretty well wet. It's been snowing. So anything laying on the ground's, you know, pretty much wet and take quite a bit to get it burning. But I might pick up some of these sticks and see how they do. I've got pretty good bed of coals right now. So probably be able to get some of that stuff burning. So overall, pretty nice trip up here. Nice little spot. If I'm able to do some camping, I've got one of those cowboy teepee tents, and I might bring it out here and do a little camping whenever I can. But kind of nice little top of the hill spot. So anyway, I had to stack up some logs. I've just got my short tripod on, so that's what I had it sitting on. So get it up high enough you could see the stuff I was dragging out. But even in my Jeep and in the back of my van, I've got tarps. I've got similar fire starting kits with fat wood and things in them. And lots of stuff, extra food, something to cook in. So, you know, that goes with me all the time in the Jeep and also my van. I've got, you know, different kits for, now I'm building one for the ATV, although that box doesn't really hold enough. By the time I get my pack stuffed in there and thermos and everything else, there's not much room. So, but it pays to come out here in the woods and be prepared. And like right now, I'm feeling the heat off of this little fire here, and I'm not real far away from it, a few feet, 2-3 feet or so, but warming up my hands pretty good. But I'm going to put those electric gloves on the way home. The only thing is the batteries in them, on low setting, they last about 4 hours. On the high setting, you're good for 2.5 hours or so. So that's enough to get me home. And the raincoat I keep with me, even if it's not raining, it makes a really good windbreak. Doesn't let the air through, you know, like the jacket I'm wearing. So, but I'm gonna hang out here for a little bit, enjoy this little fire I got going, and let it burn down. And it's getting close to 4 o'clock, so by the time this is down to coals, I'll probably pull that water out of my pack and put it out. And one thing I should tell you before I started the fire, though, this ground is just really wet. You could see, you know, it's just from the snow melting on it. So I had a whole bunch of twigs, probably a couple inches deep, that I built the fire on top of, so, you know, the moisture coming out of the ground wouldn't kind of put out the fire. So I had somewhat of a dry base to build the fire on. So, you know, if you gotta get out, build a fire, you know, get some wood underneath it first, and it makes starting a fire a lot easier. Plus your fire burns down, dries that wood out, and then you got even more coals. So I'm gonna shut this off for now and do a little walking around here. There's not too many places to go, but I'm gonna look for some signs, see if there's maybe any deer track around or not. There's one other thing I wanted to show you that I carry. I always have this with me. It's a ferro rod and magnesium rod. So it's one of them things I don't leave home without. Even if I get separated from everything else, I've always got you know, some way to make a fire. And you can see my little fire is just about out. And I'm gonna walk you over here real quick and show you a little game trail coming up the hill. I don't know if you can make it out or not, but that's a game trail coming up the hill. So, but that's the view. Kind of nice little place, actually. So, I'm gonna get back over here and get this fire stomped out. And ground's wet enough and it's burnt down enough, but I'm not going to pour any water on it. Doesn't really need it. There's a couple pieces of really wet wood, and I'll put them on top of it, and that'll smother it out. And it rained here yesterday, and last week, you know, you seen all that snow and stuff that was up here, so this ground is just really wet. Here's somebody's fire pit. If I'd have seen that earlier, I'd have used it. But I didn't, so. But a lot of people come out here. It's not very far from town. It's pretty easy to get to. As long as you got ATV or something. I could probably get my Jeep up here, but it'd be pretty rough going and some tight spots, so you can see by the trail footage that you know, it's really not a place I want to bring my Jeep. So, well, I'm going to finish packing up and head for home, and it's about 4:15 now, so it'll probably be dark by the time I get there with all this crazy daylight saving stuff. I just wish they'd leave the time alone. I'm not real big fan of daylight savings. So I just soon, you know, they leave it one way or the other. Anyways, thank you much for watching, and I will see you next time.